24 hours before the raid, Kim Kardashian decides to unfollow Diddy, right? Well, come to find out, this person by the name of Lou Taylor is apparently Diddy's manager. So, Lou Taylor apparently is paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this slush fund through some church fund, okay? Not only that, Kim Kardashian mama has been making these girls pay 10% tithes to some church that Lou Taylor and her husband is basically co-owner.
You believe Kim Kardashian is being exposed for allegedly being Diddy's accomplice and paying off his partners, Chile. Just when we thought 2024 couldn't get any crazier, the universe pulls a fast one on us and drops another bombshell, making us question everything we thought we knew about our favorite celebs. Fans have been suspicious of Kim's involvement in Diddy's affairs for a while now, and it seems like we finally have some evidence to back it up. New information suggests that not only was Kim aware of Diddy's questionable activities, but she also allegedly aided him in covering up the evidence and compensating his victims in exchange for a cut of the profits. Girl, you better buckle up for this roller coaster of drama and hold on to your edges, because this situation is absolutely bonkers. Why did Kim really conspire with Diddy to have Kanye West committed to a mental instant tie-in so they could swindle him out of his money? Chile, it looks like it's game over for Kim because Diddy is snitching, and he is snitching hard. So let's break down this messy tea.
Look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me, and they when I asked them how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly, it took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her.
So it looks like Diddy is trying to pull down as many people as he possibly can. Because tell me why this man has been snitching on everybody. And they may all know how there have been multiple reports about how footage from his parties and offs has been leaking for the past couple of days. Well, word on the streets is that he is allegedly behind the leaks, and now he just leaked footage of Kim Kardashian, and it is very, very bad. Hey folks, remember when Cat Williams dropped that bomb about Diddy not being the only celeb in hot water? Well, it seems like he wasn't kidding, because a bunch of them are getting dragged down with him. And guess who's caught up in the whirlwind? None other than Kim Kardashian. But hold on to your hats, because the accusations against her are wild. Word on the street is she might have been helping Diddy smooth over some rough patches by allegedly paying off his accusers and his special friends. Looks like Kim's got more than just contouring on her plate these days. Rumor has it her bank balance isn't looking so hot, and it's becoming harder to brush off. You know how Kim and her crew are all about flaunting their wealth online with their luxury cars and dreamy homes. Well, seems like there might be some cracks in that shiny facade, because Kim's reportedly drowning in debt. Let's talk cash, honey. Kim's always had a bit of a shady reputation when it comes to money matters. She's not one to shy away from controver commercial gigs if they pay well. There's talk that she's not afraid to bend the rules a bit. Whispers about her involvement in some dodgy dealings, cozying up to the less savory characters in the finance world. Now let's rewind to Kim's pre-fame days when she was hustling as Bry's closet assistant. Rumor has it that Kim wasn't exactly playing by the rules back then. And there's some serious tea about her and Khloe allegedly pulling a fast one on Brandy. Here's the scoop on Kim's gig as Bry's right-hand woman. Back in those early days, Kim got her hands on Bry's credit card for a single purchase, and Bry's mom kept a close eye on the spending. But here's where it gets juicy. After Kim left her post with Brandy along with Khloe and Rob, they allegedly cooked up a scheme to swipe a cool $120,000 from Bry's mom. Kim had been holding on to those credit card deets like a secret weapon, biding her time for the perfect moment to strike. And when she thought the coast was clear, she made her move to cover their tracks. They laundered the cash through their own stores, Dash and Smooch, instead of blowing it all in one go. It turns out they thought they were being slick by funneling the cash through those stores, thinking it would blend in with Bry's usual spending spree. But guess what? They got busted because Bry's mom, who was the one calling the shots on the payments, didn't exactly give the green light to those transactions. At first, Bry's mom tried to keep things cool, giving Kim a chance to square things away without bringing in the big guns, all thanks to their tight connections with Brandy and Ray J. But when Kim kept dragging her feet for over a year without coughing up the dough, Brandy and Ray J's mom had enough and took them to court. However, Brandy and Ray J managed to smooth things over, persuading their mom to drop the lawsuit and handle it privately. According to Ray J, this whole mess was the final straw in his relationship with Kim, not because of their adult tape, as some might have speculated. And guess what? That wasn't the end of Kim's shady adventures. Rumor has it she was also involved in a money laundering scheme before she became a household name. She allegedly had a sugar daddy named Joe L., an Asian fella accused of laundering some seriously dirty cash. Insiders claimed that Kim frequently traveled with Joel to gambling houses and casinos in 2009. She even claimed to have flown back to LA with a trash bag full of $250,000 cash that he had won from a casino in Las Vegas. But it turns out that this might have been part of a larger money laundering scheme, as Jolo has been implicated in such activities. The insider wrote Lo is wanted by international authorities in connection with a multi-billion-dollar money laundering scam. He is accused of being the mastermind behind a scheme to siphon $4.5 billion from the Malaysian state-run Economic Development Fund 1 Malaysia Development, BAB. Alright, buckle up, because here's where things start to get really wild with Kim and her crew. Despite catching the FBI's eye and being under the microscope, somehow she managed to slip through the cracks without facing any charges. But hold on to your hats, because it's about to get even more bizarre. There's some eyebrow-raising chatter going around suggesting that the Kardashian-Jenner clan might not be swimming in cash as much as they want us to believe. Word on the street is they've been playing some sneaky games with their taxes, and it involves a rather unconventional tactic with the California Community Church. Now get this church was actually set up by none other than the Kar-Jenner Momer herself, Jenner, back in 2009. It's all registered as a nonprofit and asks members to cough up $1,000 every month, plus donate 10% of their yearly earnings. And guess who's at the top of the list when it comes to these so-called donations? You got it, the Kardashians themselves. Here's where it gets a little shady. That 10% donation translates into a hefty tax break each year. And considering Kim's boasting about pulling in around $80 million annually, that's a cool $8 million off her taxes. But wait, there's more. Kris Jenner just happens to be the one pulling the strings at the church, which means when the Kar-Jenner sisters hand over their 10%, it's essentially patting their mom's wallet. And here's the twist, Kris could easily find a way to funnel that cash right back to them, meaning they're not exactly sacrificing anything while still enjoying a hefty tax break. Talk about gaming the system. Now remember this church bit, because we'll come back to it in a sec. Alright, let's get back to the Kardashians and their shady financial maneuvers. The whole situation reeks of suspicion, and it's shady as heck. But wait, there's more to the story, because a lot of pieces just don't seem to fit when it comes to Kim's money matters. Folks are convinced she's been inflating her earnings and net worth. This kind of shady business isn't new to the Kardashians. We all recall how Forbes exposed Kylie for lying about the value of her Kylie Cosmetics empire, and she ended up losing her billionaire status. Well, Kim is still officially a billionaire, but people think that she doesn't act like it. In 2022, she was investigated by the SEC after she advertised the cryptocurrency Ethereum Max without adding a disclaimer to show that it was a sponsored ad. And she had gotten paid to do so. And here's where things really take a turn. Kim found herself tangled up in a pump and dump scheme involving cryptocurrency. And let me tell you, it was a whirlwind she didn't see coming. She ended up with a hefty fine of $26 million for her part in that shady business. But hold on, we're not done with the drama just yet. Despite claiming billionaire status, folks are raising their eyebrows at Kim's Instagram hustle. I mean, come on, a billionaire running ads on the gram. It's got more of an Instagram influencer vibe than that of a billionaire business mogul, if you catch my drift. This stirred up more whispers about Kim and her whole family not swimming in cash as deeply as they'd like us to believe. Now, don't get me wrong, she's not exactly pinching pennies, but she's not rolling in dough like she wants us to believe. And here's the kicker, while they were happily married, Kanye made sure to keep his finances separate from Kim's. He wasn't about to get tangled up in her money mess and risked taking a hit to his own bank account, even when they were all la vie de vie. Smart move if you ask me. Sources spilled the beans to People magazine, revealing that Kim and Kanye keep their cash flow strictly divided. It's all about my money and her money in their household. So yeah, looks like even in the land of the rich and famous, it's every person for themselves when it comes to the moolah. But it looks like Kim's financial woes have only deepened since her split from Kanye last year. Reports surfaced revealing she was swimming in a staggering $48 million of debt, which is just mind-boggling. Word on the street is she took out a whopping $48 million mortgage on her $70 million mansion, and get this, she's in such a tight spot that she can't even lean on her family for help, because every single one of them is knee-deep in debt. It's a real tough spot to be in, no doubt about it. Her mom, Kris Jenner, has a very long list of debt, and according to The Sun, she first of all took out a loan for $725 million in August 2018. But the following month that was superseded by a new agreement for a whopping $40 million loan through the financial company Crosswind Venture Fund. Then in January 2019, she borrowed $5.2 million and $525 million in June of that year, according to property records. Well, buckle up, because here's the kicker: Kylie also borrowed a cool $7.5 million. And to cut a long story short, the Kardashians are sitting on a hefty $132 million pile of debt, which is just mind-blowing.